Hello, everyone. Happy April. I have a guest today, not Becky, but Becky turned into Renee. So, hello,
Hi,
Renee.
everyone.
Thanks for joining us. We always love it when we have a guest on our live because I think it's a great opportunity for us to really say thank you to our ladies who show up undyingly to our group. And Renee is one of those ladies who you always see showing up. So this is Renee Kosick, and she's a part, I think, of literally everything.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I've missed anything yet.
Yeah, right, exactly. Renee's been with us since the very beginning, right? I think
Yep.
all 3 years. Yeah. And family of those interned at the cemetery, and just one of our solid supporters. And so yeah, we really appreciate your service to us and our veterans. But Becky had something pop up today, and once again, there you go. Renee's on it. Wounded and all, here she is. So
Yep.
thank you for joining
You're
us.
very welcome. Glad to do it.
All right, so we take this opportunity every month to really answer questions and inform everybody of the happenings, not only of our group, but at the cemetery. And never fails, Becky jokes with me, but it's a whole page agenda. So I say we just jump right in.
Go for it.
All right, so the first thing is we had a beautiful article written about us in the Sam's newsletter. Sam's is so great to us, and we are, kind of similar to Neopat, a dual supporter. But the article was amazing. Talked a little bit about where we came from. I actually think you were in one of the photos, Renee. Shocker.
Okay.
Uh,
I have to go back now.
but yeah, just a great opportunity to talk about where we come from, the uniqueness in our organization, and where we're going. So great shout out to them, and we'll be at their event at the Maps Museum later in the year. So if you don't subscribe to that newsletter, you can go back on all of our social medias, find the article, and then subscribe. But we really appreciate those partnerships and what they do for us. So, all right. So then the next thing is the email that didn't necessarily come from us, which was the email that came from Reads Across America. So this one was a little bit of a shocker. We had kind of gotten a group together to talk about this, and then Reads Across America sent it out. So I want to make sure that we maybe had a little bit of a chat about Reads Across America as a whole. So Reads Across America sent out to their distribution list, which we all know how I feel about their distribution list, the call for new coordinators. And their verbiage kind of can be confusing, but Becky and I were technically what they call location coordinators. And we got a huge kickback. Becky and I got a huge return saying, what the heck? Why don't you guys want to be coordinators anymore? That wasn't quite the case. Becky and I and on our support team, which Renee was on through the whole season last year, did not ask to be removed as coordinators. Reads Across America made that choice without a ton of support. So we sent out a response that said, you can nominate whomever you would like, or you can respond and say, hey, by the way, why are you making this decision? Reads Across America notified Becky and I after the matching campaign in January without any prior notification that they were having an issue or they didn't like what we were doing. This is their prerogative, right? Like they get to make this choice. The cemetery was not happy with this choice. The cemetery is not supporting the change in coordinator. It was a tough decision for Becky and I to hear that. We did contest it, and they were unwilling to discuss it with us. We are not sure. The reality is the future of us as location coordinators is unclear. Right now, they are standing very steadfast. That doesn't mean that there won't be a Reads Across America event. It just is who the coordinators are. I got to tell you, I think it's sad. I know that some of you, Renee, like you guys that supported us, you guys are not liking this situation either.
No, I think there's just a lot of confusion out there as how we are going to accomplish doing wreaths for our cemetery if it's not going to be how we're going to work that. I think there's
Yeah.
a lot of confusion out there.
Yeah. So we're in a little bit of a holding pattern. And, Becky and I like to have a lot of control. It's not necessarily something that is a positive quality. But again, we've been very transparent that we are a growing cemetery. And Jesse has a huge weight on his shoulders in terms of this cemetery growing. We are in construction phase number 4 now. If you've been to the cemetery recently, you can see the signs are getting ready to start construction again. It's tough. One of the biggest issues is parking, and we did not get to make that choice. The parking was mandated on us that we were not allowed to park cars there this year. So that's the new coordinators don't get to pick that. So this will be an evolving scenario. I do encourage any of you who got that email to respond to Reads Across America with however you want to respond, because at this point, the voice of a few is being heard rather than the voice of the many that really did enjoy the event this year. Any feedback, negative or positive, respond to that email and let them know. I can't tell you that we will be reinstated as the location coordinators, and I'm very sorry that it came out of nowhere. We were working very hard to get them to at least have a dialogue, and they were unwilling to do so. So kind of crappy. I do believe, though, that at some point a resolution will be made and there will be a Reads Across America event at Ohio Western this year, simply because funds have been raised, even if we didn't know we had been removed as the location coordinators at that point. So hopefully that helps. I will answer any questions that you have. So keep sending them. All right, let's talk about something happy. How about Memorial Day? It is sneaking up on us so fast. And I don't know about you, but Memorial Day for me, I love it. It's very uplifting to me to get to be at the cemetery and to see the flags flying. And in a very odd way, it's one of my favorite times at the cemetery. But it takes a ton of preparation. And with the cuts that are going on in our government right now, we have stepped up and done a significant amount of work to help ensure that this goes off smoothly, which is exciting. I like that our organization has grown and has the relationships in place enough to really be able to help. So that's exciting. So tomorrow is Flag Inventory Day. And again, Renee was one of those staple people last year as we started to kind of create. We have Renee is in all of the training videos for rolling flags. Did you know that that's a thing?
But I will find out tomorrow, won't I?
Right, exactly. So we will be inventorying all 35,000 flags tomorrow. So if you have a need for volunteer hours or you just want to be a part of this, even in the rain, y'all, it's going to rain in Ohio tomorrow. So you got nothing better to do than come and hang out with us in the cemetery.
Indoors.
Indoors. Yes, we will be indoors. So we'll be in the maintenance building. So if you are looking for better direction, pull in the cemetery, you'll go right at the flagpole and you'll go all the way back to the admin buildings. And behind the admin buildings, there are beautiful maintenance buildings. That's where we'll be. There will not be cemetery workers there tomorrow for you to ask for directions. So please try to kind of get your bearings. If you need a map or whatnot, they're on the cemetery's website. They're also on ours, but you'll go all the way to the right until you see the admin buildings and then behind there.
Or the second driveway.
Or the second driveway. There you go. Good perspective. You will want to dress to somewhat be outside, but just not be in the rain. The buildings are cool. They are somewhat heated, but it's radiant. So just make sure that you're dressed to be outside, and we'll get started about 10 o'clock. We will be there until it's done. This is only a one-day event this year. So we learned last year, we're not doing this multiple days. And if you have a folding table, that would be great, because the more people we have, the more tables we have. We have about 10 tables set up currently, but if you have one, feel free to bring it. You'll also want a pen. It would make my life a lot easier if you could bring a pen. So
A
those are
Sharpie?
yeah, you can bring a Sharpie, yeah, but bare minimum a pen. Um, we're gonna just inventory the flags, make sure that they're in good shape, that it is an honorable situation when they go to be placed closer to Memorial Day. What did I miss, Renee? Prepare to be dirty.
Yeah, you're gonna be dirty. Don't wear good clothes. You can count to 10. We're good.
Yes, right, exactly. Yes. This is not necessarily like a little person's job, but if you have, like your elementary kids can come and help, they can move boxes, that type of thing. But this is definitely you do need to have some ability to volunteer. And we will sign volunteers. We will
Because we
sign
do get
volunteer
flags in there that don't belong in there, and tips are broken off, sticks are broken.
Yeah.
And
yeah, for sure. It is definitely work. Okay, so speaking of tomorrow, let's go to our graveside team real quick. Megan Tetlick is running our graveside team now. She's doing a wonderful job. God love Megan taking the lead on this one. If you would like to do pre-side training and virtual is not your game, let me know. Drop a comment here in this video or send us a quick message, and Megan will do pre-training in person tomorrow. Here's the caveat. You got to let us know that's what you want, because there are support materials to pre-side training now, and Megan needs to know you're coming. So if you're coming and in person is important to you, let us know. And while Megan is there, we'll pull you aside for 30 minutes and do pre-training for graveside. That's a good get to know the process, decide if it's for you. There's no committal, but you'll kind of learn the process and get to ask some questions. So tomorrow in person, that's usually a virtual training, but it will be an option for tomorrow. April 30th, this is the reschedule for our in-person meeting. Becky and I obviously Becky slammed today. I've been traveling a ton. April 30th, after the cemeteries volunteer meeting, we will do an in-person Ohio Western Reserve Ladies meeting. It will be at Seville Town Hall. So come, this is an in-person meeting. You ladies asked me to do in-person. I've waited for all of you snowbirds to come home in person. Okay. Please don't make me have a meeting with 5 of my diehards, Renee included, because nobody could make it. All right. So if you ask and we try to make changes, then I need you to commit and be able to do these things. So we'll do the volunteer meeting for the cemetery, which you do not need to come to. Then we'll do an Ohio Western Reserve Ladies meeting. And after that, we will do in-person training or pre-training. Again, you need to RSVP for those things to Megan. These are not just open trainings. We are coming prepared. Megan's doing a beautiful job making sure, but you have to commit. Are we getting a theme? Commit.
That's April 30th, correct?
Yes, correct.
I thought it was the same Memorial Day. That's why I went.
No.
I thought, just checking.
Yep, in April, because May is going to be super busy. We're trying to get as much as we can done here in April. So April 30th. To that point, we also have gotten some scheduling links set up. Our graveside team is accustomed to using a Sign Up Genius link. We've released one for volunteers now, so you can get on. It's on our Facebook page. It's also on our website, so you can commit and then remember that you have signed up. It sends you emails. It says, hey, by the way, don't forget you committed. So we're trying to use that Sign Up Genius a little bit more frequently, so that you know, hey, by the way, I agreed to come to flag inventory, or I agreed to come to this meeting and be in this position. We know life gets hectic. Obviously, Becky and I are poster childs for that. But we want to make sure that you have the ability to remember those things. Megan is asking what time on the 30th for our in-person meeting. We are aiming for 6 o'clock. Usually the gentlemen for the volunteer meeting go 4:30 to 5:30. So we'll aim for a soft start at 6 o'clock. Great question, Megan. Thank you for holding me accountable. All right, Megan Tetlick for the win.
Go, Megan.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so let's stick with the Graveside team here for just a little bit, especially we've got Megan in the chat. If you guys have questions for her, you can always find her on Facebook. We can, if you send me an email, we can get that off to her and she'll get right back to you. If you are Graveside certified or you are in that process, I feel like I am pulling nails from y'all. Megan needs your name, email address, how far you are through training, and what else you need. Okay, so we are trying to transition off of the Facebook chat group, which tends to be a little difficult, into an email group. We also are trying to meet some requirements from the cemetery. So I need you to send all of that information in email, even if you think Megan already has it, so that we can get a distribution list together and start being accountable to the cemetery. Again, no matter what your politics are, the cemetery is under great scrutiny, and everything we can do to help them with reducing staff there and all of the many plates that they're spinning, that's what we're trying to do. And this happens to be one of those things. So please get your information over there. If you're interested in being in the Graveside team, that information also needs to go to Megan, and she'll help you through that process. Okay, upcoming. Obviously, we're not going to get to see everybody. So happy Easter, happy Passover. We've got so many just like actually fun things, like get out your Easter bunny, enjoy your lawnmower. I don't know about you, but my husband has been changing everybody's oil in their lawnmower recently. Flag inventory tomorrow. And then when we meet again, we're going to be talking about all of the amazing things going on for Memorial Day, final salute, all of those things. So before we go any further, Renee, what did I miss?
I think we're good. I mean, the big thing is getting as many people tomorrow to show up to get these flags done. It's so important. And it is so good for the soul knowing that we're doing right by our veterans.
Yeah, it is the community that shows up and the people you get to talk to and all of the things. The picture that you actually are seeing on Facebook and on the event is one of our Rolling Thunder chapters. Those gentlemen are so sweet, and they come and they show up, and their stories are so wonderful. So come
they're very fun to chat with and kibitz with. They're hilarious.
They are. If you're Graveside, you see our Triple Nickel team. If you come and volunteer in situations like this, you see our Rolling Thunder team. You know, like these gentlemen have given so much. And, you know, even the families, you know, we have this wonderful kind of organic group of mothers who have gone through grief and loss. We have this widows team, you know, like it's just amazing to be around people who are so incredibly thankful. And I think it's just good for your soul. Okay, one last reminder, we have a ton of swag, whether it be your formal swag, your 25th anniversary t-shirts, or some of you are asking me about the hat order. We're fixing the hat order. That was a blip in vendor, so you're going to see hats come out. Everything will be ready for Memorial Day. If you want it, please get it ordered. If you need a name tag, I need your name tag order by Monday. So I have a whole stack of them in here that have not been picked up. I will have everything that's already ordered with me tomorrow. I'll have them with me at meetings. You just got to find my face and I will give it to you. Okay. But your name tags take a long time to get here. It's just the nature of them. So if you need a name tag, please make sure you get on the website, OhioWesternReserveLadies.org. Go to, I think it's shop, or just find a tab and order your name tag ASAP so I can get them in for Memorial Day. Okay. Renee, you win. We are in under 20 minutes. We did great.
19 minutes and 27 seconds.
You got it, girl. You win. Becky and I fight really hard for 20 minutes and we don't do it too often anymore. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for pinch hitting, and thank you so much for all that you do for our organization and our veterans. Your son is amazing. It's obviously something that's prevalent to your family, and you know, Becky and I can't thank you enough. So thank you for coming.
He actually wants to do 2 raffles this year.
Man, that child, he's a beast, man. He's a beast. I've chatted with him on LinkedIn, and I think when parents don't realize that they have left a legacy in their children to honor our veterans, it's resounding. So, all right, we'll see everybody at Flag Inventory tomorrow, and then we will see everybody on another live on May 2nd. So thanks, everybody. See you soon.
Okay, bye.